Hi, my name's Leanne and I'm from Inclusive Education Planning, and I'd like to talk to you today about disability studies and how a disability studies framework can assist teachers to reframe their understanding about students with disability. So disability studies can be used as a framework so that teachers can critically reflect upon their own understanding of disability and whether their understanding of disability aligns with a medical model of disability, meaning that disability is viewed as intrinsic to the person and that it needs to be remedied, it's viewed as a deficit, needs to be fixed, and that's often the way that schools view students with disability, or whether disability is viewed in line with the social model of disability. And that's an umbrella term with many different models that sit under that. But basically what the social model is viewing the barriers to society are outside of the person, so they exist in the environment or within attitudes towards disability. And particularly regarding attitudes that are negative, that create stigma, that is one of the greatest barriers that people with disability, and certainly students with disability, find in our society. So once teachers participate in these self-reflective exercises and develop a critical consciousness of the oppression and marginalisation faced by students with disabilities, what do they do then? So what they can do is allow them to identify practices in their context that are not helpful for inclusive practice, and to take steps towards the true inclusion of students with disabilities. That is, that they learn alongside their non-disabled peers and have natural proportions of students with a disability in each classroom. And that means natural proportions, just like out in society, so therefore in a classroom situation, we will probably only have one or two at the most students with disabilities in each class. But once those students are there learning alongside their peers, it still may not be inclusion unless there are steps taken to actively promote inclusion. And so there are certain things, so an examination of the type of language that is used to make sure that it is inclusive, the presumption of competence, putting students with disabilities at the centre, giving them a voice, empowering them, giving them a say into what is happening in their classroom. And addressing ableism. So ableism is the belief in the superiority of the non-disabled life. So actively addressing that. Simple steps such as bringing inclusive texts into the classroom, utilising books that are written by people with disabilities about their experience rather than by non-disabled people. So these are all strategies that teachers can use to enhance inclusion in their classroom. Thank you.